Happy Friday. We made it the first week of Kouri's trial. And let me tell you something. The last 2 days have been really frustrating. So don't worry. I'm not going to sit here and go through, we're not going to watch a whole testimony. I actually just have some things to show y'all that I think you'll enjoy. But if you haven't been watching, in a nutshell, druggies just don't make good witnesses. Um, let's read who all was on the stand today. I might have closed that out. I probably did. I know. Here we go. So Carmen, sweet Carmen, who it was the housekeeper for Kouri and where she bought the pills, but she didn't know she was selling her the pills for this. She thought it was for an investor. So Carmen was back on the stand, and the defense just raked her through the coals again. I am feeling a little better. Thank you. And welcome, everybody. Then they brought on, was it Robert Crozier, who Carmen bought the pills from. Before that, though, they brought on this, I don't want to call her a lady, but she went to high school with Kouri. So I thought I'd just show y'all a little clip. This is about the highlight of my day.
Yes.
How did they know each other?
He did handyman work for her.
Were you with Hayden Jeffs on January the 22nd, 2022, when he received a call from Kouri Richins?
Yes.
Did you overhear that call on speakerphone?
Yes.
What on that phone call, if anything, did you hear Kouri Richins ask Hayden Jeffs?
For something for a client. I don't remember what it started with, the T or a P. We didn't know what it was. I went to the bathroom, and when I came back, I don't know who brought it up or how it got around to that. Hayden was just saying, fuck that client. Fentanyl? What? Fuck that. Fuck that.
I mean, good morning, Anna. I was listening and I heard that and I went right back to my screen to see it. Oh, tennis girl, we'll see you soon. But that was like the highlight. Hey, Pumpkin, good to see you. Hey, John Smith, Crash, Miss Poffles. So that was the highlight. Long story short, some of their key witnesses, like Carmen, I mean, they were just basically trying to show she doesn't have a good memory. She's a user. She's a liar. I don't think it worked for the defense, in my opinion. Then this Crozier guy, Robbie, originally he said yes, that Kouri was seeking the fentanyl. But now he's saying, I don't know. They weren't specifically asking for that. But to me, does it really matter? I mean, the point is Kouri was buying the pills. So I don't know why it really matters. But yeah, I couldn't even, hey, plays in the dirt, eat with candy. I couldn't take it. I really could not take it. So then I wanted to show y'all, they've been talking about this house, the Midway mansion. And I thought, I want to see photos of it because Bloodworth, the prosecutor, he says that what was the word he used? I can't think of the word, but just basically it's like in really bad shape, right? Hey, Patty and Jane for Justice and everyone. So I found this local website. It says, listen like a local. It's out in Utah. I think it's a radio station, KPCW. Yeah, it looks like they have a couple. Oh, it's NPT, Nashville Public Television. But it's showing the Midway house. It said the building is on 8.75 acres, over 20,000 square feet. Kouri wrote a children's book about the loss of her husband, Eric, and was charged with his murder Monday, purchased the property after Eric's death. This was May of 2023, right after she was arrested. So they have linked on this website a computer simulation of the house. So I thought y'all might want to see it. I thought it was kind of interesting. I mean, I think it's pretty gaudy, but I hope Kouri can somehow hack into this from her jail cell and see what could have been. I know I felt bad for Carmen. Andrew, matzo ball soup. You know who has really good soup? Do y'all have J. Alexander's where you live? They have a really good soup, and I did order that. It was like a chicken noodle pasta soup. Just imagine Kouri in here in her buffalo check flannel pajamas. That's an indoor swimming pool. 20,000 square feet. That's a lot to clean. So what are y'all thinking? Y'all think it looks gaudy? I think it looks gaudy. I don't like it at all. I mean, who did the simulation? Well, Kouri didn't do it. I guess this real estate group did. Is that hot pink bedding and a yellow fan? Just picture Kouri and Robert Joshua Grossman here in this bed. Oh my God. Shit. Sorry. Oh, whoops. Sorry, I clicked it. Okay, this person that designed this video, they're going way too fast. This is one thing I know in working with interiors. Way, way, way too fast. And well, 23, this is 26, so 3 years ago, but design videos have come a far way. I mean, what they have playing on the TV is cracking me up in this. Did y'all see that? There's like a stage. And who needs this in your living room? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like 30 something chairs and for table. That was a lot of work. Okay, the lights hanging over the pool, it's like what my husband has in his garage. And the statue really takes it for me. I know it probably wasn't like this, it was just trying to give people a vision, but this is gaudy. Okay, no, Kouri never lived here, so she bought this the day Eric died. Supposedly, it was, like, abandoned construction project, and I think the purchase price was $2,000,000, but she got a loan for 3.5, I'm guessing, for the rehab costs, and so she was gonna flip it, and according to her attorney, she was gonna make millions and millions of dollars, and then we know that she had texted, Robert Joshua Grossman, her paramour, and said, "Hey, I have a crazy thought. Let's just go live there, raise our own family. We can live in a guest house and rent this out for like 10 or $15,000 a day as an event space." This was her dream, and this was all before, um, Eric was taken. But then I think the actual closing was that day, because I remember Katie Richins, Eric's sister, was like, "You're not gonna close on that, are you?" She was like, "Yes." I mean, they had just taken Eric's body away, and she's all full throttle like, "Yeah, I've got the closing." That sink had that had 3 sinks. This is horrible. Oh, look at the slide in the playroom. It's very Utah. If any of y'all follow bloggers, there used to be this lady I followed, I don't anymore, her name was Rachel Parcell. She was all over Instagram. I'm not on Instagram anymore. I can't take all the social media. And I don't know how to explain it, but they all like her group of friends, they all show off their homes and everything, and they get a lot of work done. You know what I'm saying? A lot of work. It's short. That's funny. I gotta read your comment. You said, "That looks like a house for polygamy family." I can't disagree. What is with the lockers over here? Like 35 lockers? Um, maybe it is. Maybe it's for sister wives and, like, all the different kids. Maybe that was like, "All right, every kid, you get 1 locker." Can I just talk about Sister Wives real quick? Did y'all ever watch that show? Like, years ago, I watched it, and I would get so grossed out when he would be with one wife and then go to be with another, you know what I'm saying? Was he showering between that? I'm just wondering. Hey, Millie. Slow the speed down, but, I mean, it's 13 minutes. Do y'all want it to be longer than that? How she was supposedly going to finish. Look here, turn the music down. A gym. they use such cheap software. I mean, I'm just saying in my industry, what I do, when we pay to have these videos done, it looks real. I mean, people will ask you, "Is that real? Is that a photograph?" But they're very expensive videos. Indoor basketball court, volleyball, perfect. The kids will never have to grow up and leave home. Say it slowly. That is a thing in Utah, though, is these indoor basketball courts. A lot of these bloggers, they have them. It's interesting. It seems like every Mormon family I've ever known, though, they're like the happiest people in the world. I mean, happy. Yeah. This is just like a computer rendering of what Midway Mansion would look like. Kouri got her hands on it. I agree, Cheryl. Small bedroom. Andrew Epstein estate, like a Belgium B&B. A lot of tile and marble. I think they had like a high 22-year-old do the design. Yeah, for entertaining or polygamy. Okay, these bunk rooms, I do think are kinda cool. I mean, I wouldn't want them in my regular house, but I think for a beach house, they might be neat. But what a nightmare to make those beds. Kids falling out, breaking arms. Yeah, another point. Writing, I agree. It's gonna take more than $2,000,000 to flip. They got some big TVs in every room. Yeah, I think it is an AI mock-up for sure. It was a facade. She liked to pretend she had this multi-million-dollar company. She was in debt, almost $5,000,000. Anybody can run a company like that. Mm, yeah, money laundering. Financing and counseling. Bianna, I love this. This isn't the house, this is a simulation, yeah. I'll send you a link of what it looks like unfinished. Okay. I've only seen the outside pictures unfinished, but I know they said it was vandalized. An airport bathroom, yeah. I turned down the music, sorry. Like a gym at a school. Oh my god, look at this. I know this is, like, just a simulation, but imagine that many kids. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Are those double beds? Isn't true. They're so bad. Big love, RIP Bill Paxton. Yeah, it would take a lot of money. Oh, the black and white Chinese vases with the modern navy couch. Can you imagine what the utility bill would be? PTA, I agree. I'm glad I'm a Southerner. This does seem more like a conference center. Oh, that's like a virtual, like a simulator thing. Y'all, I have to tell y'all a story. Years ago, God, I don't even know what year it was, but um, got home and our neighbor had pulled up in a brand new Escalade. And he said, "Yeah, I went out and bought this. My wife's pissed. I didn't tell her." And then he said, "Yeah, she was really pissed because a few months ago I went and bought," I think he said, an $80,000 golf simulator. Anyway, the house was for sale, and I think they got divorced like 6 months later. Yeah, Clea's mom, it looked like a 2-car garage with like a little, I don't know what that was, like a little Mercedes SUV and a convertible. If you're gonna have that many children, bedrooms, you're gonna need a school bus. Yeah, it is fun, isn't it, Julie? It is funny to watch this, and just think about Kouri sitting there in her polyester in court. Just say, Julie, I agree. Basketball, the sound of the ball bouncing over and over drives me insane. I know. I was out on our back porch today, and the neighbor kid was playing basketball. I was like, oh, Andrew, I'm in rare form. Probably because I've got cabin fever. Oh, hey, Vicky, good to see you. The layout is cold and blank as Kouri's courtroom face. Yeah. Did y'all see her laugh and smile in court today, too? Yeah. It's a lot of house, but monotonous. I agree. Yeah, delusional fantasy. A good question. I guess did she file bankruptcy maybe when she got into jail? I mean, she was payday loans. She lost one of her best friends, like $45,000 for her. I think that girl's going to testify too. I feel like we're just going into the same rooms over and over. Yeah. Can you imagine like just having to clean it and touch up the paint? Well, she originally was buying it to flip it, but then she texted Grossman that she had this great idea that they could live there forever and have like farm animals and have their own family, and that they would live in the guest house and rent this out. Too many floors to mop. Yeah. I'm thinking about all the hairballs. You would have to have a full-time staff. Have y'all ever seen that TV show? It's not on anymore. It got canceled. It was called Nashville. Original. But the house that it was filmed in, that the lead singer lady, was her name Raina or something? What was her name? So I used to know the lady that owned it. That's a whole other situation that went to auction. But she had to have a full-time housekeeper and a full-time like staff guy for all the maintenance on. I think the house had 12 HVAC systems. And I think she said the operating costs a month were like 30 grand or something. Yeah, this is just a mock-up. I mean, it was like a dump. I wonder who was ever originally building it. That's what I wonder. Yeah, Sister Wives. False advertising. Yeah, Rebecca, flippers do have tons of loans. They have to move the house quickly to pay off. I used to watch those flipper shows on HGTV, and they would be like, we got to get an offer, because what is the first payments due 60 days after closing? Oh, just say, Julie, in college, you cleaned huge Victorian mansions on the Jersey Shore. They had built-in bunk beds like that. I'm wondering the same, Pumpkin. Does Kouri even have friends anymore? Hey, Allison. Cat Rod. I don't know about Josh Grossman. I cannot really find anything on him, but he's on the witness list. Imagine the defense on him all day. Yeah, we want to see the real pics. Where's the ice skating rink? There's no way you could even keep this clean. Yeah, I agree. It's disjointed. That's so true, writing. Yeah, it needs like a commercial laundry room. Have we seen the laundry room? The size of the cleanup crew after each event would be expensive. Too many beds to make in the laundry. Yeah. Yeah, she wanted to rent it out to groups. That's right. And that lady that I knew in Nashville with the Nashville mansion, that's what she did. Yeah, I agree. It seems to be made for hosting a lot of people. Yeah, I was gonna play that next. Oh yeah, property taxes. Allison, that's what somebody else said. Wonder if this house is being marketed to polygamous families. Somebody did buy it though. I don't know who. Yeah, I mean, I've definitely heard a defense always asking for a mistrial, but isn't it usually when the state rests? I don't even know when they asked for it. I'm wondering if it was in the judge's chambers today because he said he needs to make it go on the record. Yep. Yeah, if she's convicted, she'll never see it. I mean, I can't even say we're saying if. I would be devastated. Adelson Hater, the best name on YouTube. I don't see any furnishings that will absorb sound. The house is an echo chamber. It's just too big. You can't even make that. There you go. Building modeled and video walkthrough created by Fiverr. That's all I needed to know. That is international. All right, so I was going to show y'all. So at the end of today, the very, very end, so they cut the live feed for a while because an undercover agent was on the stand. So they had to protect his identity. So I think they lost a lot of people, but this was on at the end of today.
TV is here, so please be thoughtful and diligent about that. Please do not talk about the case yourself. Do not do any searches of any kind. Just forget about it for 2 days. Monday morning, 8:30 a.m. Please enjoy your weekend. I appreciate your time. Please rise for the jury.
It's a great thought. This would be an awesome place to have like a rehab. Have y'all ever seen those rehabs in Malibu? I've said before. I mean, I'd like to go there and just rehab, not rehab, but rest. It's a great point to court. TTA, your husband is a golf simulator.
Mr. Bloodworth, anything else on the record today?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Nestor,
Yes, sir.
it doesn't have to happen right now,
Okay.
but I need to create a record on the court's denial of the motion for mistrial at some point. Let's just not let that get lost.
He said, I need to create a record for the court denial of a mistrial. So my guess is when they were in chambers, when he took Wendy Lewis and Bloodworth back there to talk, was that during Carmen's testimony? I think it was. I'm guessing she asked for a mistrial. That's my guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
All right. We can do that next week.
I'll be prepared to do that.
Very good.
Maybe Monday morning, first thing.
Let's just get rolling by 8:30 a.m. on Monday, and then we'll see where we go from there. Okay. Same warning for all of the members of the media and spectators. If you happen to see a juror in the wild over the weekend, please give them a wide berth. I wish you all the very best. Court's in recess. Thank you.
If you see a juror in the wild this weekend, I love him. I was also, so I think y'all saw yesterday about the sketch artist. See, there's just some crazy shenanigans. The sketch artist.
Mr. Bloodworth, Ms. Lewis, Ms. Nestor, I'd like to make a record regarding the note from the jury, the action we took. Any objection?
No objection. The note regarding the jury,
Oh, I understand. Thank you.
not from the jury.
I got it.
I think this was written by a juror.
Oh, I did understand.
Yeah, this was passed out from a juror. So during an afternoon recess, a juror passed a note to one of the bailiffs that read, quote, "Judge," I'm having a little trouble with the handwriting, so bear with me here. Are there members of the audience in the courtroom that are sketching members of the jury? Question mark. Is that allowed without consent? Question mark. It is distracting and a concern. Please advise. In response to this note, court staff confirmed that there was a member of the spectators that was in fact sketching jurors and identifying the sketches by juror number. That sketchbook was confiscated. The sketches of the jurors were removed from the sketchbook. That person has been removed as a spectator, will not be allowed back in. We cannot have anyone doing anything to identify the jurors in any way. And then the jurors were informed by a bailiff, not by me, that we responded in that way, so they do not have to speculate about whether that's continuing. Okay, Mr. Bloodworth, anything further on that?
That to me was so wild. So I went over onto Reddit and somebody posted, hold on, that they were in the courtroom. It says, "I was in the courtroom. You can see me better in the second half of the day, pink hair and a striped sweater. The person sketching was seated very close to where the jury was seated. I imagine it was one of the jurors that were towards the end of the row. They would have had a pretty plain view of where the person in question was seated. Many of the jurors look at the audience a lot. The bailiffs do wander through the audience frequently, but I think they were mainly watching for phones. I don't believe this person had the page open where she was sketching the jury. When people were walking by, my sister and I saw the sketches, but the person sketching was seated in our same row. The judge would not have been able to see it happening at all. They keep a very tight ship. There was a moment when the jury was not present during a break, and Miss Lewis made a joke, and the audience laughed, and the bailiff told us we could not do that. Miss Lewis said it was her fault. She was being funny, and he lightened up about it, but still said to watch it. I don't think the sketching person should be held in contempt, but it was appropriate that they were removed." I thought the whole thing was bizarre. Decor, you said that house 100% was a former FLDS property. I'd bet my hypothetical $5. I agree. I think it's absolutely, yeah, it's sold, I think, for like $3 million or something. Oh, let's see. Jane for Justice has written a limerick. There once was a cleaner named Carmen. She thought she could deal without Harmon. She acted a fool by being a mule, but the mule Kouri made was alarming. That's good. Very good, Jane for Justice. Ain't no hollaback girl. Reminds me of Ben Affleck and J-Lo's $60 million marital mansion they're unable to unload. Yeah. Andrew, you're so bad. So is polygamy legal in Utah? I'm Midwest and know nothing about Mormons. Is it still legal? I think it is. But there's like different sectors within Mormonism. Oh, Rebecca says it's illegal, but no one is prosecuted. Hey, Neverly, happy Friday. Pumpkin, yeah, why is Kouri always so low to rise for the jury? Because she is better than everybody else, y'all. Then I also want to share this video. It would make a beautiful rehab or Betty Ford clinic. I agree. $60,000 a month high-end rehab. I know, rehabs are outrageous. Oh, Nick Reiner went to one. Yeah, weren't they spending like, did I hear 70,000 a month on him or something? Oh, you think Lewis wants to get on to the Charlie Kirk case? Andrew, what were the grounds for the mistrial? We don't know. That's why I'm thinking it was maybe in chambers. That's my guess. Juror in the wild. That's gonna be my new thing. If you see Leslie in the wild, don't come talk to me. I don't care for anyone on the team. Did y'all see her like snickering today and laughing and stuff? Okay, so this is the MK True Crime channel, but they asked somebody what it is like when you're poisoned with fentanyl. It's pretty traumatic. Like, I'm just gonna go ahead and warn y'all, this is sad. Really, really sad. It's not like, oh, you get propofol and you just go to sleep. But I want y'all to listen to what they say. They should play this in court.
What happens to a person when they are poisoned by fentanyl and some other aspects of this case? So I never had stopped to think about that. And here's the sad thing. We know that so many people in this country are dying from drug overdoses and fentanyl overdose, especially. And we don't think about what happens to the human body when that is happening. We just know that a small amount can do the trick. So wanted to walk us through that. What actually happens? What happened, do you think, to Eric Richins in this case?
Okay, I won't pause it again because I want to listen to it. But Pumpkin Porter, I've wondered the same. Does anyone know who the girl is behind Kouri? Small girl with brown hair? I don't know, but I've noticed her as well.
Case when he was poisoned by fentanyl.
Well, yeah, it's an excellent question. And when I think about Eric Richins and what he went through and had been going through, apparently, for if we believe what the prosecutors and investigators are saying, this is not, let's just say, the first time down the road with this drug. It's, first off, fentanyl is just absolutely insidious. I see this drug all the time.
For those of you just listening, so this is Joseph Scott Morgan.
In cases that I cover now, it's everywhere, and apparently, and if the Richins case is any indication, easily accessible. And the more insidious level to this is that it's virtually undetectable regarding the individual that is ingesting it. Okay, so it's
Wait
very
a minute.
stealthy.
What do you mean by that?
Because
You
it's
can't
odorless
tell?
and tasteless. It's odorless and tasteless,
Oh,
so
oh,
it can be
oh.
applied.
So this was interesting. So he says fentanyl is odorless and tasteless because a lot of people have said, did Eric not taste it? And we don't really know how she gave it to him. I mean, was it really in this Moscow Mule? I mean, the last thing I want to do is drink a liquor drink when I'm going to bed. I just think that's weird. And she also says he ate gummies, but he had no THC in his system and no hydrocodone in his system either.
It can be applied with little or no warning. And going back to what he would have been experiencing at that particular time, it's akin to an opiate overdose because it is a synthetic opiate. You think about morphine and then heroin, morphine being an underpinning of heroin, if you will. There's a sleepiness that sets in, and then it progresses to the point where the individual, particularly if it's a lethal level, and remember, in the Richins case, they're saying that this is 5 times the lethal level. The sleepiness is then followed by a comatose state. It's fascinating to me, the dynamics of this case, how it could be applied. We've heard a lot about the cocktail, the Moscow Mule. How was it applied in that medium to get into his body, and then how soon after he ingested this drink did the comatose state follow? There's a lot of evidence
can I
here.
ask you? Sorry, Joseph. Can I ask you about
no,
that?
please go ahead.
So let's say, just taking it out of this trial for a second.
Yeah.
If you're in a bar, right, and you take your eyes off your.
Okay, Jane for Justice is asking, isn't fentanyl toxic even to touch? Yes, and that's why I think she had the tweezers that they took out of her jacket. I don't think it was to pluck her eyebrows.
Drink, and somebody puts fentanyl in your drink.
Mhm.
How soon after taking a sip would you know that you're going to die, or that something?
Well, I don't know that you would. Yeah, it's an excellent question. I don't know how soon afterwards you would have an inkling that you're in trouble, and a lot of that is dependent upon the dosage. Let me give you kind of a framework for this. If folks
Please.
at home will go to your kitchen and get a salt shaker, okay, and then put about 3 grains of salt in your hand. All right. That could be, depending upon the size of the individual, that those 3 grains could be a lethal level of fentanyl,
man.
representative of it.
Mm.
Okay.
Wow.
And that's a very minuscule amount.
Yeah.
Now they're saying that this is 5 times that level. DEA says that fentanyl, a dangerous level or a lethal level of fentanyl is really 2 milligrams. Okay. So you multiply that by a factor of 5, and you're looking at only 10 milligrams here to push him completely over
3 grains of salt. And I don't think he's talking about like rock salt or kosher salt. I think he's
the edge. With your scenario, if you just
Mhm.
put 1 or 2
That's right.
grains and it's
Vicky.
dissolved into a drink and they get to the
Mhm.
point where they can ingest it, it's not in a liquefied state. It can't come that way. You would feel this kind of soupy, kind of mellow feeling that would come over you, much as if you had taken some kind of pain medication for your back. You think about oxys and those sorts of things.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden, before you slip off,
Mm.
you're going to feel labored breathing. And that's because all of these opiates are system depressant. So it's driving your system down.
So labored breathing. So like a suffocation, and ain't no hollaback girl. Happy you're here tonight. It robs you of the ability to breathe. That's why his mouth was wide open and foaming. That's right.
Down like this, and the
Poor
individual
Mon.
becomes labored in breathing. The lungs are literally becoming congested. And here's an interesting piece in this case. When he was found, and you think about the EMTs, what they saw there, they saw what we refer to as a frothy edematous cone.
Mm.
It kind of looks like the head of a beer. Remember, they're doing compressions on him. This thing is presenting. This is a common telltale sign when we're out on scenes as death investigators that we look for in opiate related deaths. You also see them in drownings, of all things.
Mm.
But what it comes down to is that the lungs are being attacked at this point. And I don't like to use
Exactly, Pumpkin. Poor Eric. He probably knew he was in trouble and couldn't move. Have y'all, I'm sure you have, ever had those nightmares? I would have them when I was younger, where it was like you were scared or something and you wanted to scream or run and you couldn't. And it was all like in your mind. That's kind of what I'm thinking, but like he couldn't move, right? And he couldn't breathe.
terms like
Oh.
he drowned in his own fluids and all that sort of thing.
Mhm.
What it comes down to is the lungs become progressively more heavy over a period of time, and it's a very laborious kind of thing. He would have been in an unconscious state when he would have passed on.
How much time does a person have between the ingestion and like how long does that process take between the ingestion and the death? Is it hours? Is it minutes? Is it how long?
Well, okay, that depends on a couple of factors. It can, first off, depend upon the dosage. You're talking about 5 times the lethal level. At
Mhm.
least that's what they're saying. So that would accelerate the process. Then you have to think about, well, what level of resistance does this person have? Have they ever taken it in the past? Do they have tolerance that's built up to it? Because yes, a tolerance can be built up to it. Very dangerous stuff, even more dangerous than heroin. And then you have to think about the composition of their body. All right. So if you've got somebody that's really tiny and you give them, say, the equivalent amount to what this gentleman was plied with, they're not going to be long for this world. He might take a bit longer. He's male. He's more robust. He's active, that sort of thing. So if you're wanting me to actually place a time limit on this, I think that I would imagine within about a 20-minute to 30-minute window, he's going to be off this mortal coil, as the Bard would say, gone, and he's beyond salvation at that point in time as far as his physical.
So when I watched this the other day, I meant to play this for y'all last night and I forgot, but it's better for tonight. I'm trying to think, like, how did she give it to him? Because he spoke on the phone to a friend, right? Wasn't that around 10, I think? And they said he was fine. So if he drank it at 9:30, I don't think he would have been fine at 10. I'm just curious, like, what y'all's thoughts are on, I mean, was it really in the Moscow Mule? Was it maybe just in the lemon drop shot? That might make more sense. Something like quick. Did they really do a lemon drop shot? And did y'all notice too, somebody said that Kouri, when the police were there, she references her room. And then I noticed the sister referenced Eric's room. So it seemed to me like they weren't even sleeping in the same bedroom, which would make sense if they were potentially getting a divorce.
Body is concerned.
That's pretty short. And because the question that's coming up for me, and I don't know if it will come out in this trial, is it possible to pinpoint when the ingestion occurred? Because I think her story could fall apart, right? If she poisoned him at 3 o'clock in the morning, they're not having a celebratory drink at 3 a.m., right? That just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But if they had a celebratory drink at 9 o'clock and he was dead at 9:30, but we know that she didn't call 911. Well, he could have been dead for a while because she was in another room. So that gets a little fuzzy factually for me.
It does. Yeah, and this is one of the fascinating pieces to this. In medical legal death investigation, one of the things that we intensely rely on is what's referred to as PMI, postmortem interval. And, you see all the television shows and all that sort of thing, but it's very serious stuff. We measure body temperature, which goes to core body temperature, rigidity in the body, and even fixation of the settling of blood, postmortem lividity. And was that assessed at that particular time? You think about the EMTs. The EMTs are not necessarily there to assess that. What do EMTs do? Well, they're our friends. They want to save a life. They're not there to investigate this. So it's going to be key to find out in their notes, the EMTs, and I would imagine they're going to make an appearance in this case, and they're going to be asked questions like, well, when you touched his body, how did he feel? Was he cool to the touch? Was he cold to the touch? Was there any level of rigidity there? Was he stiff? That sort of thing. So that's going to be very, very important when you're trying to suss all of this out. It's interesting because, according to what we've heard, he was actually found in bed. So is it plausible that he could have been taken to bed and placed in bed after having been plied with this lethal dosage and left there? There's a lot to try to figure out here. Also, had there been sufficient amount of time for the drug to have begun to metabolize in his system? I'd also like to know, I think a lot of us would, what was taken. For instance, one of the things we do at autopsy, they know that many people know that we do things like blood draws and urine draws and even vitreous draws, which come from the eyes. I think one of the things that's going to be key here is also what were his gastric content? What was that made up of? Because once the peristalsis that takes place when food is moving through our system, Well, once you die, that ceases, right? And
Mhm.
so it's kind of frozen. That moment is frozen in time. So we would collect that content out of his stomach and see how much of this alcohol mixture was in
Right.
his stomach, along with any foodstuffs. And also in that gastric content, was there any trace evidence of fentanyl? And that'll give you an idea, perhaps, about uptake into the.
That's a great video. That was again on MK True to Crime. Didn't they also say there wasn't alcohol in the stomach? Or it was like a low amount of ethanol that wouldn't even be equivalent to a drink? Hey, boss lady, happy you're here. Liquid is ingested quickly into bloodstream. She left the room because she didn't want to subject herself to a struggling. I still think somebody else was there and helped her because I don't know that she could have moved him. And I'm still hung up on his body being at the foot of the bed and laying like perfectly. Because if you were really cold and out, dead or asleep, and someone is pulling you out of bed, like you're not going to be all lined up perfectly. You're going to kind of be crazy. The paramedics have commented on that. Yeah, it was very sobering. I agree. No, it's not a DP case. I know, Allison, with these fentanyl overdose deaths, I assume that the person is completely asleep before they die. I mean, I think they do, but I think before you get there, you have that labored breathing. Biana, I actually disagree. The sister consistently says Eric's house, Eric's boys, probably because she can't stand her, but just mentioning that. Yeah, and it was Eric's house. I mean, he bought it. But I know they live there as a marital couple. Yeah, it is a horrible death, struggling to breathe. Yeah, Dave Ehrenberg, who was just on the screen, he is in Florida. He's now in private practice, but he used to be, was he a state attorney? He was a supporter of Marcy's Law. He also went to law school with Dan Markel at Harvard. All right, Rebecca. Okay, so John has sent another song. He has tweaked it, he says. So we're going to play. We all love John's songs. All right, I haven't even heard this yet, but John said he edited some lyrics. So are y'all ready? Oh, here, maybe I need to pull the lyrics up here. Oh, wait, I'm going to get it playing first.
Kouri was in big trouble. She had to have 4 meals. She needed it on the double. She was desperate enough to kill. She came up with a plan. She'd buy some fentanyl and slip it to her man. Then she'd have it all.
Kill that man, Kouri. Get that money. Go to the Bahamas, Kouri, where the days are sunny.
She put some in his sandwich, but Eric was tough. It only made him sick. She hadn't put in enough. She went out and bought more, enough to kill at least 5 men. She put it in his Moscow mule and waited for his life to end.
Kill that man, Kouri. Get that money. Go to the Bahamas, Kouri, where the days are sunny.
She booked a trip to an island resort with her secret lover. She'd done the perfect crime she thought no one would discover. To help with the children's grief, she had someone write a book to give them some relief for their dad's life she took.
Kill that man, Kouri. Get that money. Go to the Bahamas, Kouri, where the days are sunny.
Eric's family vowed to take this bitch down. She couldn't kill their brother, get rich and skip town. All this time the police were on to this black widow wife. They finally charged her for taking Eric's life.
They're on to you now, Kouri. They know what you have done. Nowhere to hide now, Kouri. Nowhere that you can run.
While she was in jail, waiting for her trial, she came up with a scheme. It was so twisted and vile. She called it Walk the Dog. Even the title sounded funky. She get her brother to lie and say Eric was a junkie. They're on to you now, Kouri.
They know what you have done.
Nowhere to hide now, Kouri.
Nowhere that you can run.
The guards searched her cell and found her little letter. They gave it to the prosecution. The evidence just kept getting better. Her own lawyer dropped her. Was it for her lies or no money? Shortly after, Walk the Dog. The coincidence seems funny.
Walk that dog, Kouri. Suck your brother in. They found your letter, Kouri. No way that you can win.
She can't put it off any longer. Her trial is finally here. The jury will see the evidence that to us is crystal clear. She's now on trial for murder and other things that were charged. No more spending Eric's money. No more living large.
Walk that dog, Kouri. Suck your brother in. They found your letter, Kouri. No way that you can win.
Soon it will be up to the jury to get justice for this dark soul. It won't bring Eric back. It won't make his family whole. When the verdict says guilty, Kouri will never again be free. That bitch can walk the dog straight to the penitentiary.
Go on to prison, Kouri. You don't deserve another day. You killed a good man, Kouri, and threw your life away. You killed a good man, Kouri, and threw your life away. Ooh.
John, this is outstanding. That is so good. I'm gonna have to play it one more time before we go. I agree, Allison. John Smith is so talented. I totally agree. And hey, True Crime Wifey, I hope the track meet went well. Jane for Justice, it is amazing. This song is for Nasty. Yeah. Good night, Vicky. I agree. Corey's mom. You know what? I wanted to see a little bit of that body cam again real quick. I agree. I think it was Andrew who said, like, was she the one that was there maybe helping her? Something is off. Because she just shows up over there as soon as she's called her, and she's in jeans and like a Patagonia and shoes. She just didn't look like she'd been woken up. You know what I'm saying? And apparently today, the undercover guy, they had him. I guess the judge had the feed killed, you know. But I didn't realize that he was on the screen a little bit. So a lot of people had to take their live streams down and they have to edit their video and then repost it because you can't obviously share. All right. Wasn't the body cam like early in the day? Let's see. I think it was the first day. Yeah.
Back in my own bed. I just crawled over on his side.
And he was laying in bed? Okay.
He was on his back on the bed, and
Okay. And he was on, you said he was on his back? Okay. Where are your children now?
I went to sleep in that room. Two are awake with their ear to the door.
And
So she knows. I didn't catch this before. You know, you got to rewatch stuff over and over. They're awake with their ear to the door. Wouldn't you not be consoling your children and hugging them?
Oh, please don't make them come out.
Where are the other two at that are awake?
No, hallway bedroom.
And where's that at?
Who's there? First one to your left.
Okay. Is there any family members we can call right now?
Yeah, I need to call my mom. I need to call my mom so bad.
Okay.
I think I don't know. 911's on the phone. I don't know.
Here. Okay.
I call my mom.
Yep. I'll give you a phone right now, okay?
I need to call his dad. He's gonna be okay, right? Like I got in bed and then I just got.
Yeah, they're doing their best, okay, ma'am? Here, you can use my phone.
Yeah. This is her calling her mom. Good question.
Mom. Mom.
Yes.
Go to my house. Go to my house.
What's going on?
I don't know. Something's wrong with Eric. The police have girls are here. I don't know what's happening. He wasn't breathing. I don't know.
Who?
Eric.
Where's he at? I'm on my way.
Yeah. Who? Where's he at? I'm on my way. Fake. That's what her mom was saying on the phone. I agree.
think my partner.
Wendy is a better actor than Kouri, and that's saying something. Horrible actress. Awful. All right, let's fast forward to when her
Found
mom
your
gets
phone.
here.
Is this it right here?
Have y'all been seeing her in the courtroom? I've noticed her. Oh yeah, here she is.
It's cold in there, so I put the blanket on him.
Yeah.
But his body just felt like
At
Park City?
Park City.
Family Medical.
No,
Yes, here.
Jeremy Ranch, Granger Medical.
Granger. Okay.
Ugh, that woman is like, I don't think she's allowed to see the kids either. So for any of y'all that are new to this case, her lover, whatever you want to call it, I don't know what she was, partner in 2006 died of an overdose. And she had just been made like the heir to her assets. Yeah, totally staged. True crime wifey. I remember when my cousin was accidentally killed in another state when I was 10 years old. My grandparents were in Florida with us when it happened. The entire house was chaotic upon learning. Oh, I'm sure. Hey, Tally Gal, good to see you. Did her mom answer that on the first ring? And then she repeated mom 3 times before the mom started to talk. Weird. I agree, Spencer. Great point. Yeah, grandma would go in there to the children. Absolutely. That's so true. Keller, this scene is a lot like the scene with Wendy in the interview room. She's ghoulish. That's a great word for her, Crash. Yeah, she scares me too. John Smith, I wonder if the mom's phone was seized when Kouri was arrested to see if she was there when Eric was murdered. Good question, because we haven't even gotten to the cell phone expert data. I mean, we're still on, I don't know what you even call this that we're on. Kouri sounds like Wendy. Hey, Ada Banana, hadn't seen you in a while. I'll play a little bit more and then we'll replay John's song and then I'm going to go.
Their investigation real quick, and then also already
That's the classic. Look at Kouri like, uh-oh. The Home Alone face.
detective, just to make sure that everything's documented, correctly. And then from there, they'll explain to you what's going to happen. Most likely, what I'm thinking, because he has no serious health problems or anything like that. His age, most likely they're going to take his body to the
Oh my God.
medical examiner's office just to make sure that, there wasn't anything else.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Look at her mom. She's just like emotionless.
Do you have any questions for me right now?
No,
Oh,
he had allergy shots yesterday.
he had allergy shots.
Yeah. And that's what she was saying.
Last night when I was here.
What kind of allergy shots?
He gets weekly shots. Him and his boy get weekly shots.
I agree.
Like
It's so weird that her mom isn't even touching her. They're like a whole seat away from each other on a couch. I'd be holding my baby no matter how old she is. I agree. I agree, boss lady. Nasty AF. Here for today. I agree. Bizarro. True crime wifey. It's the reaction to any death that's important. We can now get details from body cams, thank goodness. Kouri's mom is so telling. I agree. Andrew, yeah, she probably did have some gummies.
seasonal allergies?
Yeah.
Okay, season. And where was that at?
Park City.
Family Medical,
No. Jeremy Ranch, Granger Medical.
Granger? Okay.
Oh my God.
See, her mom like got up and got dressed in jeans. I think her mom was there helping her move Eric. I really do. And her hair's not all crazy. I think if somebody called me in the middle of the night with something like that, I would jump up and just put on shoes and be out the door, like in my pajamas. No, I don't think Kouri's family has any money.
I did.
Those pajamas aren't even comfortable. No one sleeps in skin tight stuff. Okay. You put on PJ, you would, like Katie did with her sick kids, right? Exactly. Yeah, it is so heartbreaking. But that would be miserable to sleep in. All right, I'm going to play John's song again. Do you want me to enlarge the lyrics, John? I know you were trying to show Jane for Justice. All right, here we go. John Smith, y'all.
Kouri was in big trouble. She had to have for a meal. She needed it on the double. She was desperate enough to kill. She came up with a plan. She'd buy some fentanyl and slip it to her man. Then she'd have it all.
Kill that man, Kouri. Get that money. Go to the Bahamas, Kouri, where the days are sunny.
She put some in his sandwich, but Eric was tough. It only made him sick. She hadn't put in enough. She went out and bought more, enough to kill at least 5 men. She put it in his Moscow mule and waited for his life to end.
Kill that man, Kouri. Get that money. Go to the Bahamas, Kouri, where the days are sunny.
She booked a trip to an island resort with her secret lover. She'd done the perfect crime she thought no one would discover. To help with the children's grief, she had someone write a book to give them some relief. For their dad's life she took.
Kill that man, Kouri. Get that money. Go to the Bahamas, Kouri, where the days are sunny.
Eric's family vowed to take this bitch down. She couldn't kill their brother, get rich and skip town. All this time the police were on to this black widow wife. They finally charged her for taking Eric's life.
They're on to you now, Kouri. They know what you have done. Nowhere to hide now, Kouri. Nowhere that you can run.
While she was in jail, waiting for her trial, she came up with a scheme. It was so twisted and vile. She called it Walk the Dog. Even the title sounded funky. She get her brother to lie and say Eric was a junkie. They're on to you now, Kouri.
They know what you have done.
Nowhere to hide now, Kouri.
Nowhere that you can run.
The guards searched her cell and found her little letter. They gave it to the prosecution. The evidence just kept getting better. Her own lawyer dropped her. Was it for her lies or no money? Shortly after Walk the Dog, the coincidence seems funny.
Walk that dog, Kouri. Suck your brother in. They found your letter, Kouri. No way that you can win.
She can't put it off any longer. Her trial is finally here. The jury will see the evidence that to us is crystal clear. She's now on trial for murder and other things that were charged. No more spending Eric's money. No more living large.
Walk that dog, Kouri. Suck your brother in. They found your letter, Kouri. No way that you can win.
Soon it will be up to the jury to get justice for this dark soul. It won't bring Eric back. It won't make his family whole. When the verdict says guilty, Kouri will never again be free. That bitch can walk the dog straight to the penitentiary.
Go on to prison, Kouri. You don't deserve another day. You killed a good man, Kouri, and threw your life away. You killed a good man, Kouri, and threw your life away. Ooh.
So awesome. Yeah, the walk the dog letter, though, has been a huge fight between the prosecution and the defense. So I think the last I heard, only certain pages of it are going to be allowed in. Has anybody else heard that? Somebody else just said, oh yeah, boss lady said, did they allow the walk the dog letter in? I think the last I read, isn't it like 6 pages? And I think they're going to let 3 of the pages in, but that letter is damning. Oh yeah, that's right, riding shotgun. She has a journal. I forgot about that. Yeah. Kouri's mom is a character within herself. If she didn't kill her wife, then maybe Kouri just liked the idea of it. Mm-hmm. Yep, and she had her cremated. Good night, everybody. And John, you're so talented. We love it. Y'all have a great weekend. Bye.
The clock's